Greetings everybody, TheMechanist here, and today I have some Terraria gameplay taken from my Whatever Wednesdays livestream, which I stream here on YouTube every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. With that said, I do hope you enjoy the video, and if you do, please consider hitting the like button and impacting the subscribe button. It'll help on the long run. With all that out of the way, I do hope you enjoy the video. I'm home away from home, and you can't see me. Alright, so when we last left off, we were going to find our pulse bow, which I finally got. So, to recap what happened, off camera, I went and slept for 8,000 years trying to get the pulse bow. If I'd waited for this naturally, let's just say there's a good chance I would have been done with streaming Terraria before I would have gotten the pulse bow. But luckily we were able to just sleep in our bed for an eternity or two. Aside from that, we didn't really do much. We did wait around for another eternity trying to get the ammo reserve box over here, only to find out, if you'll come with me, that the arms dealer Daryl over here, guess what? They now sell it. Just straight up, here it is. So I wasted a couple eternities, waiting for that to happen. Aside from that, didn't do very much. Mostly just started working on this. If I can go there. This is going to be my giant storage unit. Don't worry, there's nothing in these chests. It's just here for measurement purposes. Now, I know I don't need this much storage. I don't think it's possible to need this much storage. But I'd rather have more than not enough. So, this is our measurement for our giant storage unit. But hey, at least once we get that done, we can move over junk items out and never have to worry about junk again. I hope. Other than that, we actually spent time in another world. So if you'll please follow me over there real quick. Here we are in my void world. Now you might be asking yourself, what's the void world? Well, let me show you. Yeah, I mined all this out by hand right now. Took down the walls and yeah, it took a while. Now you might be asking yourself, why? Well, on Xbox versions, you can't simply download an empty world map, unfortunately. So you have to do it by hand. It's a nice way to waste time. But I'm doing this for this right here. You might see this and think, oh, a bunch of colorful boxes, right? Well, I can understand that. It's a bunch of colorful boxes. But this is a copper box. This is a tin box. Iron, lead, silver, tungsten, gold, platinum. And over here we have, if I remember correctly, cobalt, palladium, mithril, orichalcum / bubblegum. Then we have adamantite and titan blocks, or titanium. And then we have chlorophyte and shroomite blocks. Now you might be asking yourself, why did I create these boxes? Well, simply put, I want to know what they look like for building purposes. For instance, the iron is pretty good at a, enemies, 1 second, at a dungeon-esque look. The gold does look like a gold vault room. I like the texture of lead. I don't like the texture of platinum, but it does look like it'd be good for bones. Stuff like that. Bubblegum looks like organic material. This blue stuff looks like it'd be good for a bathroom. The titan block looks like it's great for a dungeon. And so on and so forth. So these are what I'm calling palette blocks, where I can get a good idea of what a block looks like. I currently have them painted in illuminate paint, so we can actually see what they look like. Otherwise, they'd be dark enough to put up a million torches. Now, of course, if we paint them a different color, it will look different. It will have the same pattern / texture, but it'll just be a different color. And I even have a couple more over here. I have the guide here for recipes. But these are my biome blocks. This is Crimtane brick and Crimtane blocks, Demonite brick, Demonite blocks, Pearl sand, and seeing how there's no Pearl holy metal building block, whatever, I went with the crystal because that's exclusive to the hallowed biome, underground, but kind of works for what we're going for. As you can see, Pearl sand actually looks really nice. This Demonite, if I paint it brown, would be a nice substitute for wood. And yeah, this kind of looks like I don't know what it looks like, but I have a use for it, I have a feeling. And other than that, I really didn't do much off camera. There wasn't much to do. So, back to our normal world. Okay, I'm just gonna dig my way through. I have the ultimate digging claw. There we go. Oh, I know, I forgot. I forgot something, but I'm going to quote-unquote retrieve it real quick because it's actually useful in the temple. Alright, can we take care of the bees real quick and block ourselves in? Okay, I think we're safe for a minute. Piggy bank, come to me. I don't see it in there. Did I put it in my safe? No. We'll grab it real quick, quote unquote. Don't get me wrong, I would normally just run back, but I don't wanna. You know, we're here, we're safe, so I want to grab, was it Grand Design, I believe. Yes. Now, the reason, I'm sorry for the way the screen looks. The reason you want a Grand Design is because this place is full of booby traps. Okay, you know what? This is way too annoying. I'll just grab the wire cutter component. Even I can't stand the way that looks. There we go. Same thing achieved. Because the dungeon's full of traps. Easiest way to spot the traps? With a wire cutter. Or a, get away from me, bat, a mechanical device that sees wires. Alright. And we're gonna die again, aren't we? So, these climbing claws should take care of these spikes. I only want to take care of a little bit, so that way we can get down here. Nope, no. Stay away. We have a horrible dungeon spawn. Feel like I'm going to have to drink a regen potion. Alright, I think we're safe to come down here now. Wow, I get no range with these. They must have nerfed it. Okay, can I not see them now? It used to be you could use these to see the wire unless I've already cut the wire. Or is there like a curse now where you can't do it? Interesting. Foiled, and there's a floaty gross. Alright, Pulse Bow, get in there and do damage. Sorry, I know not the most exciting adventure, this isn't Indiana Jones or anything, but we have to play it safe so we can make progress. Alright, a health and dream. The dream is to not die, we're about to die. We're not dead. Although we're about to be, aren't we? Go away! Yeah, do you need the Grand Design to cut wires now? Huh, we'll have to test out later. Either that or you have to beat the temple. Yeah, maybe they made it so you have to beat the temple or the golem before you can disarm him. Smart. Annoying, but smart. Okay, we can still pick up the chests. I've been outdone. The game knew what I was doing and said no more cheating. Oh well, it was fun while it lasted. That used to work. I promise. I'm not insane. Let's just move very slowly, and I just got hit by something. A trap, I believe. But if we can't disable traps anymore, then what am I to do? Play it very safe, obviously. This is the power of the Pulse Bow, which is why I don't get why it's such a rare item. It's not like it's overpowered, it's just really strong at what it does. And what it does is bounce. Alright, find the angle. You know, you might say, oh, you're a machine, can't you just do geometry? Well, I'm more of an algebra machine rather than a geometry machine. You might be asking why. Well, you need algebra more often than not in games than geometry. You only really need geometry for pool and ricochet shots. And I gotta say, not a lot of ricochet shots happen in games. And there's somebody coming behind me. Careful. Careful. Nope, that's a trap. Stay away from the spike balls of death. And I'm going to block you. Ow, ow, ow. Stay safe, stay alive. You know, I don't know if it's part of the update, but this feels a lot more dangerous than before. Can we mine these up real quick? Also, I'm pretty sure they reduced the range on these things. I mean, I know they weren't ever good, but they weren't this bad. Right, mine those up. We mine these up. Kind of. Careful, careful, careful. Okay, that's good enough. Phase bow, or whatever it's called. Hey, I see a power cell. Alright, careful. And those are a bunch of spikes, aren't there? Alright, slow and steady. Slowly. Take care of these spikes. So that way we can get by. Next time. Alright, so far so good. Hey, another chest. And these chests... Oh, they're in the trap. I thought of that way too late. Heal up with our super potions. Careful, wait for this to go away. Yeah, there's the trap right there. I see you. Careful. Don't want to trigger it again. Sometimes they have multiple pressure plates hooked up to the same trap. In fact, I think I see one right there. Dodge. Get the power core and the furnace in case we feel like building lizard stuff, and I triggered it anyways. I don't care, move. Alright, I think we're about halfway through. And luckily we're not getting swarmed. They must have spawned behind me and not in front of me. We'll take it. Trust me, the swarm is actually the most dangerous part, because it causes you to rush, be reckless, and set off all the traps and die anyways. Ooh, we got some new arrows. Not like we're going to need them, but we will eventually try out every arrow on a weapon that can actually use every arrow. Again, this pulse bow kind of forces every arrow to be a pulse shot. Which is nice, then we just have to worry about, or we just use the infinite quiver. But kind of not nice, it's because we don't get special effects like Ichor, or Holy, or Jester, or whatever your fancy is. Alright, clear these out. Careful with traps. And I just saw that. I dodged it somehow. Nope, spikes. Take care of the lizard first. Nope, they're gonna follow me. I need to move. Get moving. I said move! Take care of these, and now I need to head back. Those spikes don't seem to do as much damage as they used to. I swear I'd get one shot by those. Nope, and we trigger the trap. Heal up, stay safe. I don't care, moving. Aha, high ceiling, with traps. Luckily touching the trap doesn't set them off. Alright, I see the traps right there. Careful. Careful. Ooh, there's a chest. Oh, I see the snake. Now we get the chest. More power cores. Very good. I feel like we're getting close to the chamber. Watch out for traps and another flying snake. There's a bomb, there's enemies, lizards. Or lizards, I guess they're technically called. Lizards. Alright, might as well clear these out real quick. And of course we're crimsonfied. Yes, that's a new word I created, crimsified. When the world is infected with crimson rot. Okay, we have to be close to the chamber, right? In fact, I think we found it. Yes, we did. And it's actually a pretty big chamber. Nice. So, let's head to the dungeon. Die a million times, but see if we can get the ninja gear. Alright, we have the fast travel now. Makes it so much easier to get here. I'm half tempted to buff up, but I'm not gonna. Tempted, but I'm not going to. And here we are at the dungeon. Let's get some ninja gear going. And I'm just going to be wildly shooting because enemies are now really strong, and I am not. I mean, I have damage, but I also die quickly, despite being the second tankiest class in the game. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that. Rangers, second most armor. First, obviously, is tanks. Then after tanks come rangers. Ooh, traveling merchant. Don't care. I have the pulse bow. Actually, we should check that real quick. Are you selling me the pulse bow just to make me look bad? I bet you are. Wherever you are, here you are, in the hallowed. Let's see, what you selling? Nope, I was gonna say, are you really selling the pulse bow to make me look bad? Okay, back to the dungeon. Okay, tip number 2, sorry about that. Eventually, I will purify this world completely. Zero corruption, zero hallowed, well, except for the little hallowed biome. There'll be no hallowed. Alright, tip number 2 in the dungeon. So, like I was saying, I'm going to just rapidly fire, and wait, can't I just... These should let me just... Yep, I'm digging straight down. No more zigzagging. Oh, enemy. Look at that, 300 crit and it's still coming at me. Alright, I think we're safe to go straight from here. Eventually I might come back and do some digging, make a proper arena and stuff like that. Luckily I cleared out the water candles and most traps, I'd say. This looks like actually a good spot. I mean, not the best, but it's not bad by any means. Place down some torches so we can see and run straight into a mage. Alright, Pulsebow, do your thing. Protect us. From giant skulls and... dungeon spirits. I couldn't think of anything. I'll think of every D word except for dungeon. Ectoplasm. We want that because we need to upgrade our wings. And considering that we can't actually upgrade to steampunk wings, not that they're an upgrade, but whatever, I was figuring we could go for specter wings. I think they would look good with this outfit. Ooh, is that a rocket man? Rocket skeleton? I know they deal a lot of damage, but if I can kill them first and get nothing. Great. Ooh, we have a little natural trap set up. Maybe this isn't going to be difficult. Normally I die 10, 11, 20, 30, 80 times trying to get down here. That's a sniper. Well, how about out-sniping the sniper with ricochets? Not seeing any ninjas spawning. Ooh, but there's a scope. I believe that works for all ranged weapons. Eventually I might have to, because you can now, sweet rifle scope. Make a dungeon farm. Because with the introduction of Shimmer, you can create cursed walls, which are basically dungeon walls, which means you can have dungeon enemies spawn wherever you want. 3 different walls, 3 different spawns, and that's a Morning Star. Too bad we're not Summoner. So that way you can easily farm whatever you want. You no longer have to build a dungeon farm. You can make a farm for your dungeon. Backwards. I got that backwards. Ooh, Shadow Beam. Too bad I'm not mage. I'm a bowman. Give me the ninjas. Because I need your tabby and your black belt. You know, if this takes too long, I'll do this for a little bit. Maybe about 10 minutes or so. See if we can get lucky, and if we can't, we may have to go with the farm route. I mean, nothing bad about it. They added it to the game for a reason, so it's not like I'm abusing anything. It just doesn't feel right. Ow, I'm taking a lot of damage. Because as an old school Terraria, you would have to find an ideal location in the dungeon and then, well, farm it. But now we can just make cursed dungeon walls. Unless you have to do that after you beat... Ow, I died. There's our death. Maybe you could do that before Moonlord, or after Moonlord, which is why it's balanced. Or not. Either way, we weren't finding our ninja. Alright, heal back up, rebuff up, and put all of our stuff up. So our scope, let's see. Increases view range, able to move off screen. I thought it increased damage. It can be made into the sniper scope. Increases range damage and critical chance, plus range, so... I mean, I guess technically if you want to double, triple down on damage, you know, have the emblem. Not as good as I thought then. So, we will go back to the dungeon and look... Wait, how much do we need for wings? Wings, please. We need Spectre bars. Let's make one of those real quick. No, not chlorophytes. Or we need chlorophyte bars. Now we turn you into spooky... Do I need two? That's annoying. Unless it's like one plasma per 2 bar. Yeah, it is. Alright, we now have Spectre bars. The spooky, scary bars. So to make... Oh yeah, they make painting stuff, don't they? What are we looking for? 10, which means we have enough. Let's make some wings. We need more ore. We'll just use these to make 8. 1, 2, nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Trash you. And now we get 8 more of these, which makes 10. Now we just need our Souls of Flight, which I think I have stored away somewhere. You can go here for now. Where did I put my souls? Normally I keep them in this type of... Oh, wait, yeah, I do. I was going to say, normally I keep them over here. Alright, now we have the amazingly beautiful Spectre wings. Now we can put our souls back, research these wings, and then reforge them into menacing. There we go. Now, let's go pay a visit to our goblin, quote-unquote, friend. Hello, goblin. Are you going to be mean today? Sorry, I didn't mean to knock down your door. Alright, be good, please. No. No. You're not starting off the best. I'm tempted to take that, but no. Warding, we're not looking for quick, we're looking for the, there we go, the menacing. You aren't too bad today. You live for now. Although, believe me, once we're in endgame... Oh yeah, merch, hey, you're still here. We got a vengeful spirit on our hands. Ow. This is why I need full dodge. I don't pay attention. Oh yeah, golden gravestones. Something else we're gonna have to collect eventually. Alright, we are back in business. Normally I would start loading up on AFK things, you know, or not things, AFK things, farming things like battle potions and, why is there, oh yeah, I mine gravestone. Battle potions, ooh, jousting lance. They're not melee. Battle potions, water potion, all that good stuff. But we're not at that point yet in terms of strength. Because believe me, you get swarmed, it's game over. Okay, we cannot see now. Luckily, you don't need to see to shoot. There's been a couple blind archers. I mean, Samurai Jack. Amazing. Had 3 blind archers actually. And you can go defeat them by going blind as well. Really good episode. Band-Aid. That's not ninja gear materials. That's not a belt or socks. That's right, we're just looking for clothing. And it doesn't look like we're getting into spawn, are we? These tight quarters make this phase bow super powerful. If I didn't have this, I'd be, well, let's just say in a world of pain. Which I think would be a cool game for like, or a name for a game like an MMO or something. Welcome to a world of pain. Ooh, a paladin. Those are incredibly strong and incredibly dangerous. And because, well, they keep walking at you. If you stop damaging them, ow, they throw their hammers. And their hammers, let's just say, do all the damage in the world and then some, and I'm dead. You know what? I'm going to opt out for the farming strat. Don't worry. I'm going to make it so I still have to fight them. I'm just not going to do it in the dungeon. Alright, here we are, back at Golem. And I just remembered on the way down, I forgot a few things. Mostly, my actual buffs. I was talking about a heart buff, but I didn't get the rest of them down. So, Piggy, why is there a ghost? I should probably take a contaminator to this, but I'm not going to do that. Fast, gnome, heart, yeah. And I don't have our bubble blocks here, do I? I know I have them at home, I'll ditch them. I think I only need, let's see, 16. And I'll remove the 16 once we get back. Alright. Bubble. That should trigger the honey. Let me double check. Infinite honey. Nope, I'm gonna have to jump in that. Oh well. I'll do that the same over here. That way if we have to run, we can. This way we could jump here. And if we have to overjump the golem, we can just jump over here and still have our honey. We actually trigger it. Not good enough. We'll mostly be staying to this side anyways. Alright, time for the rest of our placeable buffs. We have cake. We have more ghosts. Wait, I have my contaminator here, don't I? Yes, I do. Well, sorry, corruption. You're annoying me, so please be gone. This is why I always carry around a contaminator in your piggy bank. Wait, why am I contaminating up? Ooh, a solar eclipse. Good thing I'm not home to fight it. There. Now we shouldn't have to worry about ghosts. Contamination done. What were we looking for? Fast, heart, gnome, cake. Cake increases movement speed in case you didn't know. Fast in the center. Heart lantern. Up here. Good, we saw the effect, even though I'm over here and here. Very good. Honey, heart, that gnome for good luck. I think luck affects crits. Now we wall off a couple of dangerous areas like this. And there's a flying snake. Always fun interrupting my fight. You see, this is why the phase bow is so good. If I just shoot randomly, odds are these are going to hit the boss still. Alright, now one more layer to level off. And that's this. I don't need to be flying and, hit my head. As well as I don't know if boss now has a mechanic where he triggers all the traps himself. That'd be cool, but at the same time very annoying, all these flying snakes. I mean, I guess it's a pretty big arena if by jumping we can trigger flying snake spawns. Alright, re-get the honey, and finish building this. Then we're ready for a boss fight. Now, it's Golem, so I'd say there's a 50-50 chance we beat him. On our first try, I should say. With no equipment. So we need to take care of these enemies, regen to full, and I think we're ready. We are at full health. We have our potions. Yes, we do. I should probably put my honey up so I don't forget it. Yeah, I think we are good. I'll put this away so I don't use the wrong healing potion. We'll clear all of our buffs. Alright. Are we ready to take on a golem? Rebuff. Grab that, grab that. Let's do this, golem. Yes. Golem, one of the... Well, I'm not going to say easy, but... I mean, considering we fight Plantera before this, yeah, I'm going to say easy. But if you're playing the wrong class, it becomes very difficult, we'll say. Not so much the first phase, so much as the second phase. First phase is mostly defeat the fists. Oh yeah, I think his fists are now immune to knockback, which is another reason why it was so easy. So they did buff him. But first phase isn't doing damage so much as it is defeat the hands. But as you can see, pretty easy. Alright, they are taking a lot of damage because now their heads turn to me. Towards me, not to me, whatever I said. But you see, it's the second phase where this fight actually gets difficult, so please hold on until that. Hopefully we can defeat the fist before then. Because it becomes really chaotic if we go second phase and the fists are not gone. Come on. Oh no, I'm taking too much damage. But hey, one fist is gone. And the other one's gone. Alright. Let's do this. Phase 2. Right now, Golem. Right now. I said now. Right now. Phase 2. Well, I guess technically phase 3, but it feels more like a phase 2. There it is. Phase 2/3. He separates his head and starts shooting all the projectiles. But so long as we focus on dodging and staying alive, this should be easy. Dare I say, a piece of cake? Alright, I think we have this first try. Again, Golem's not very difficult, despite how late you fight it. In fact, they're done. Cool. Mission accomplished. Golem defeated. Yeah, let's mine up our stuff. Like our cake. We'll leave our bubbles. Put that up, that one, and our heart lantern. Grab the heart lantern. Grab the heart lantern, thank you. Put you away as well. And, yeah. I don't think I've ever struggled against Golem except melee. Because melee always struggled beforehand. Well, back to base. So, what loot do we get from Golem? Let's find out. We got the eye and the pick saw. Sweet, we got, and the mask and the shiny stone. I think the only thing we're missing now at this point is the sunstone. That was really lucky. Thank you, Golem. Now, in case you don't know, this pick saw is almost as fast as our digging claws, but it has more range, obviously. And can mine lizard bricks, which means we can go back to the dungeon, or the temple. Yes, temple. Mine up all the traps for our own use, as well as mine up the altar so we can fight Golem wherever we want. So that's a really big get. We got the eye for crits. We got the mask for collection. We got some beetle parts for melee, which we are not. And we got the shiny sunstone, which, if you don't move, greatly increases health regen. But as you can imagine, we move a lot. Well, thank you, Golem. You were easy and... well, I guess you were just easy. We come over here. Just because, why not? Download to dummy 1, 2, 3, 4, and lucky number 5. So, as you can see, we can now hit enemies. Now, I might be saying, what's the point of this? Well, the point is accessories DPS meter. As we can see, using the pulse bow, we are currently averaging about 4,000, it looks like. Almost 5,000 with crits, but mostly we're going on average 4,000. With the Daedalus, we are averaging barely 2,000. So as you can see, pulse bow a lot stronger. Maybe that's why it was so hard to get from the merchant. Again, I would have been here for the next half a year probably waiting for the merchant to spawn if I didn't do it off camera. But now you might be asking, okay, you have target dummies. What's next? Simple. We're testing out all the arrows. Alright, this is basically all we have available to us right now. So let's go test them out. Over here in our testing field, we found that right now we have a potential of 2,000 on average with our Daedalus, or basic arrows. With pulse bow, we're averaging somewhere around 4,000. It can dip below that, it can go way above that, so we're averaging out to be about 4,000 a second. Alright, so first test. Flaming arrows. They are dealing about the same, only they set them on fire for 1 damage a second. Fire arrows, probably good early on, not right now. Alright, frostburn arrows. Besides looking cool, you do a little bit more damage. Still only about 2,000 and you burn for 2 a second. Again, probably really good early on, but not right now. Jester arrows. They look really cool. Still, actually they do less damage, but if I remember correctly, Jester arrows infinitely pierce. Which has no real meaning, because Daedalus drops it from above. So again, good early on. I know that from fighting the Brain of Confusion, Cthulhu. Alright, unholy arrows. Which I believe are just stronger arrows. Still averaging about the same damage. But of course, why is that happening? Actually, that's almost triple the damage. So I feel like it should be doing more. Yeah, I feel like it does less. Let me check real quick. Oh, they're slower, that's why. Alright, Hellfire arrows. Okay, now those numbers are going up. About 3,000 per. But that's because they create an explosion, obviously. Alright, Hellfire might be worth using. Again, our pulse bow was averaging 4,000, but if I can have AoE from above, averaging only about 3,000, it might be good. Good to know. Holy arrows. This is, yeah, the fludger screen with particle effects. Averaging, looks like about 2,200 on average. Well, Hellfire I think was doing more, but that's because of the explosion. Whereas this I think will hit more targets reliably. Good to know. We have cursed arrows now, which do, let's see, looks like about 2,000 on average, but it sets them on fire with Cursed Flame, which does 10 a second. As long as they're not immune to it. Alright, might be good. And last but not least, we have Chlorophyte arrows, which also seem to be averaging about 2,000 per. The difference is, though, they can track, if these were enemies. So what were we, let's end of testing. You know, we got some good results. Still clearly the strongest using pulse bow. We now know why it's so difficult to get. Although we can get after mechanical bosses, so whatever. So in conclusion, Hellfire arrows seem really strong. Except, the explosion, especially if there's, a bunch of clumped up where you can get a lot of damage, like on, what's his name? Eater of Worlds. A boss like that. Holy arrows are probably good for, events. Nice widespread, make sure it hits everything, even if you miss. Cursed arrow, is pretty good for single target DPS, so long as, they're not immune to cursed fire. Ichor is probably going to be weak, but applies Ichor debuff. Venom, probably same as Cursed, only with Venom. We don't have the bone arrows for trying out. So overall, our pulse bow is actually really strong. Which is funny because you can get it after mechanical bosses if you have the patience. But in terms of arrows for our Daedalus, going up against Duke Fishron, Empress of Light, people like that, I'm thinking we might use some special bows, mostly Holy and Ichor. Unless, those bosses are vulnerable to anything, then we'll throw those in too. Because one thing you have to remember is the Daedalus was getting high number, yes. But it was getting high numbers because of the 5 here. If it was just one target, this is probably better because it hits in a wider area. Something to keep in mind. But you know what, we'll worry about that next time. Well, that was a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed as much as I enjoyed playing. This has been TheMechanist, logging off. Until next time.